Hi again, people. That's kind of pretty feel-good video. Cops, every once in a while, blind squirrel finds a nut. Cops do a good job here. I know, I'm going to get the cop hater. I had some dude, I'm retired law enforcement, and I'm getting sick and tired of your donut jokes. You cop, you should shut up, you freaking crap. What are you, kindergarten cop? If you're offended because I make a joke about donuts and cops, and that offends you, I don't know where the hell you were working, but I have a feeling your feelings were hurt a lot. Anyway, I digress. These cops are here serving a warrant, and, well, let's watch the warrant here.
Ford Police Department, open the door! Oh, man, I'm getting dressed. Open the door!
Hear what he said? Hold on, man, I'm getting dressed. Very common. Crooks are always trying to delay and hide, so they can hide their dope, hide their guns, etc. So anytime cops, when you bang and they start saying, I need to get dressed, or I'm coming, hold, those are stalling tactics because they don't want you to break the door down, but they're usually hiding something.
Open it now! Break it. Open it! Door. Hands! Let me see your hands!
Okay, so a lot of people are going to be like they're being aggressive and they're being... We don't know why he's there yet or why these cops are treating him this way. If this guy's got a jaywalking warrant, then I agree. The cops are out of control. But if they've got something else, they may be fully justified. I think they're fully justified. I think they were a little nicer than I would have been, but I digress.
Step out here! Step out! Step out!
Get him.
Get on the ground.
Chill.
Get on the ground!
As a matter of fact, on this call, I'm surprised they didn't just... This, to me, would be a good no-knock warrant. Normally, you need violence and a gun. This may not have been a gun, but it was definitely what I call violence. And I think a no-knock warrant would have been absolutely acceptable in this case. I know a lot of people out there are like, no way, they're unconstitutional, they should never, you should never. There are incidences. I've gotten a few. It's a special situation, but there are times when knocking gives the bad guy an unfair advantage.
Chill.
Blood in bed, blood in bed. Blood in bed, man.
Okay, so they're looking around, and they're looking, but nobody's saying nothing, right? So, small room. Is anybody else in there?
Hey, here she is.
Got her.
We got her. It's a little kid.
We got her.
Yes.
Okay, so this guy kidnapped this little kid. This is why I think a no-knock would have been fine. I don't want to give him a chance to take her hostage. I don't want to give him a chance to kill her since I know I'm going to prison now. I'll just go ahead and kill her. When you're dealing with people who will kidnap a small child, they are some evil, low-down, non-thinking, no common sense, no reasoning ability. You don't want to give them a chance to control the situation. You want to take them out. A matter of fact, I'd have been okay, depending on the information. I mean, they obviously got a warrant and they thought the kid was there. I'd have been okay with them sniping him through the freaking window. But that's just me. So I think a no-knock warrant would have been absolutely fine here. You could tell the cops get a little kind of frazzled. They're more worried about the kid than they are anything else. This is what happens when, as much as I hate the way cops are to most people, most cops, when it comes to kids, they want to protect them, and they're usually pretty good. Granted, there's some that work in the hood, and they deal with kids spitting on them every day to where they get desensitized, they don't care. But most cops, when it comes to kids' crimes, they kind of take it personal, and they usually do a pretty good job.
Hey, buddy.
Come on.
I got it.
She's in custody. We have her.
So you can tell he gets on the ground, he's in custody, we have her. Everybody's looking for this girl. Obviously they have her. Man, these are the good calls. These are the calls where everybody high fives after, and you go have a donut and a beer afterwards and say, hell yeah.
We need an EMT. Get call MedStar.
Yes.
No, don't worry about your clothes. Don't worry about your clothes.
We got a towel? We got a towel? Who have it? Can we cover her up?
Yeah.
with something?
Just
Here you
drop
go,
the towel
baby.
on you, okay, baby?
Can we get her out?
Okay, you can tell it's kind of sporadic, and these guys, they aren't handling as calm. I mean, when you get kids, and again, on your first couple, you may not do it, but after you get a few, when you get kids in this, your big thing is to calm them down. Make it, I tell people that when training horses, when you make something a big deal, it becomes a big deal. If a horse makes a little mistake, people will get all offended, get crazy, starts beating the horse, making him run around, acting like it's the end of the world. You don't want to make things a big deal, otherwise they become a big deal. This ought to be for the child at this point. She's safe. We need to make this calm. Hey, here's some clothes, baby. We're all right. We're gonna get you out of here. We're gonna get you back to your parents. You're safe. We're gonna get you some ice cream. Are you hungry? You want some more? What do you want to eat? We're gonna distract the kid would be a better move. I know somebody's gonna come here and go, Rick, you shut up, you freaking idiots. I have been there, and I'm telling you from experience. You need to control yourself for the child's sake, not for your emotional state. And you need to jump back out of your cop and go, let's make it good for the kid. Let's do what we can for the child. It's not about you, your authority. It's not about the win. It's not about anything right now. It's about the child. She's been through a traumatic information. We don't know what she's been told. You notice she was hidden. The guy told her probably, hide or I'll kill your parents. Hide. If you tell the cops they're going to come in here, if you say a word, I'm going to come over and cut your throat. You better hide. So kids believe that, and that's why the kid was hiding. You would think the kid, why didn't the kid jump up and say, help me, help me? Because they're threatened, they're intimidated, the Stockholm syndrome sits in. They start connecting with their abductor because of they're the only ones that provide them safety. And they know. It's just like the abused child will usually like the abused parent more because that's the one that hurts them. So they're trying more to please the abuser. So sometimes when you get a child in an abused family, you'll think because the child isn't as close to mom that maybe mom is the abuser. Actually, the child is closer to the abuser because that's the one that hurts them. So the child was hiding. We know she's been, I don't know how long they had her. I don't know the context of all this. I'm just going from my experience. The longer the child is in the abductor's care, the longer the child's there. Remember, I worked child abduction unit for 3 years. That's all I did. So I'm telling you, it's about the child when you get them. Make it calm. Make it fun. Make it, hey, we're going to get you some new clothes. Are you okay? Is there anything you want in here? What can we do for you? So far, the cops haven't really communicated. They said, you're okay, baby, a little bit. They're trying. They're doing the best they can. I'm just saying, if you're a cop and you're watching, it's immediately about the child when you get it. Make it not a big deal. Make it about the things that are coming, the good. We're going to get you to parents. We're going to get you some pizza. We're going to get your favorite food. What's your favorite dessert? We're going to go get you some, whatever you want. You got it. You're a hero. Good job. You survived. Make it about the child.
These two scenes.
Let's go. Come on, sweetheart.
You're okay? You're safe. We got you.
You're going to be okay.
Okay, so they're doing good. They're kind of getting her away from the bad guy, creating distance, making her feel safe. I still think they should have wrapped her up with a sheet or a blanket a little more. She's still got too much bare skin exposed for me. Now, they may be thinking evidence, we don't want to disturb the evidence. We don't want to wipe off any hairs of him. We don't want to disturb. She's not a piece of evidence. She is a freaking child, and if we lose the case, if our freaking government representatives end up letting this guy go because I put a sheet around her, well then screw the system and screw you. I think she's more important than preserving evidence right now. Now, an adult woman who's been raped, look, you got to suck it up. Don't take a freaking shower and preserve the evidence, and I'm going to tell you how to preserve the evidence. I know it's traumatic, but you're a freaking adult. Deal with it. This is a child. I don't give a shit about evidence. I'm making her feel comfortable, okay? That's just me.
We got her. Hold the door. Hey, back off, guys. Back off. Please, just back off.
Okay. Here's where the cops mess up a little bit. And I know I'm going to have the cop lovers coming here telling me I'm being hardcore, and I don't know. If they're going after this person, they should know who the parents are. If they've briefed this search warrant correctly, and they know they're going after this dude. Now, this could have been an on-the-fly warrant to where we're getting tips and we got a tip, grab 7 or 8 dudes, and we're going to go kick the door. If that's the case, I'll cut them some slack. But if they got a warrant and they're going in there on this warrant, they're banging and demanding entry, maybe they had a warrant, maybe they didn't, you should know, who's ever briefing this warrant, you got to give some background on the case. If I'm the detective in charge of the case, when I brief guys who are doing a warrant, I want them to know as much about the case as I can in case they run across evidence. So they should have been briefed. This is the child. This is what she looks like. Here's a picture. Here's the parents, the mom and dad. They've been notified. They're in touch with us. They're the one that gave us the tip. Somehow, dad of the child ended up on scene. Now, I don't know how he got here, whether he's following or listen, or maybe he brought him there, but somebody ought to know that he's the freaking dad. And the best thing you can do for this child right now is get it with a freaking parent. They don't need to be handled by more strange cops. They need to be with the parent. And if I knew this was the dad, that kid would have been in the dad's arms.
Hey, hey.
Now you can hear in the background they're yelling, they found her, they found her, they have her. Well, here's the kid, and dad sees his kid with cops. To be honest, I don't know how the dad didn't. I'd have been over there grabbing my freaking kid. They'd have had to tackle me or take me down. But this guy, probably because he's scared to get freaking shot nowadays with our freaking Nazi cops out there shooting everybody. But he stands back, and they deny this child the best thing that could help her right now is her dad.
Let's go. Let's get her in here so she can sit down. Guys, listen. Just stay there for me, okay? Hey, do me a favor. Can you the father? This is the father.
This is the father. Everything should have changed right freaking there. This cop screwed up right here. This is where I lose it for... Now, I'm not saying he did it intentionally and he's a mean guy. He's just so caught up in this mentality of police, I'm in charge, evidence, the court. We're so caught up in thinking about bullshit instead of this child's father is right freaking here. And you're going to tell him to stand back after his kid was freaking kidnapped? Are you kidding me? And I know I'm going to have some freaking cops coming here. You're being too hard on the cops. You're just a cop hater. Why do you hate cops? Shut up, you freaking idiots. That's because cops who don't use common sense drive me freaking nuts. And this cop making this dad stand away from his child who's been kidnapped is just wrong every damn way to Sunday. And anybody that justifies it's a damn fool in my book.
Okay. Just hold on, okay?
What is this place called? What's this place?
It's the Woodbridge Suites.
Woodward Suites?
It's in Forest Hill.
So let me get, because I know there's going to be some cop in the comment. Well, Rick, how did he know he was the father? Yeah, okay, some idiot's going to run around and I can't read on his face. And I can't ask the child, is that your dad? And I can't pull his ID and I don't know the name of the child or the father of the child. I'm so freaking incompetent as a cop that I don't know any of this and I can't ask any of these questions. Yeah, okay, you come here and defend the cop that, oh, well, Rick, he didn't know it was the father. And you freaking cop supporters who are blind just drive me as much nuts as the idiots that think all cops are bad and they should all be hung. Because you're both on the same far end of the spectrum to where you don't use any damn common sense. Anyway, all right, let me finish this. So there's no comment here. They just basically have the guy here. I believe that's a black male. Of course, the media won't say that. And he's over there not being beat. They're holding him. I think the cops are using good restraint. I must also point out that the bald guy is standing here not beating up anybody. Everybody's saying I'm always picking on the bald cops. This is a bald cop, and he's not beating a guy up, okay? So cut these bald guys, you know. I know sometimes they get confused as a donut, but just cut them some slack. I've been too hard on the bald guys, and I'm hurting some bald guys' feeling. The suspect is bald, too, I think. Rick, you can't say that. Look, I just point out shit. You people want to make it what it is. I'm just pointing it out, all right? So, they got the guy on the ground. I think they're doing pretty good restraint. The video ends, they take him out. I think they use really good restraint. I wouldn't have him this comfortable personally. Rick, you're a bootleg jackhammer. You know what? When you hurt a child, I'll take that title, because I am. So, we'll just end that there. All right.